Alexis, what do you think happens at sentencing in this case?
Well, they're going to go into, obviously, the standard, the mitigating and aggravating factors. I mean, in this case, you have a defendant that doesn't have any previous criminal activity. He actually was a public servant. There's, they probably had a very good relationship overall. And I think that all those factors are going to go into play. Once again, I don't think it was his intent, but this testimony, because it came across so cold, and as you said, his experience and his education testifying was to his detriment here, because it just was like he didn't care. It was, this is what happened.
You know, there was a case in Punta Gorda, Florida, where a woman was killed during an active duty or active shooter training session, where an officer accidentally put live rounds when he was trying to put in blanks to carry out this session with these volunteers, and an elderly woman was killed. He ended up getting probation for that. This defendant, essentially, even though the setting is very different, he says this was a training session and he accidentally had ammunition in his firearm. Do you think with this conviction, though, there's any chance he gets anything that low?
Listen, I don't think this was a training session. This came across to me as, okay, we're bored, we came back from drinking, and, let's play around with this gun. But, but do I think that he's going to walk away with probation? No, I don't think that, because when they made the motion for him to be released, during this duration before his sentencing, the judge quickly denied that. I mean, there wasn't even a pause. So I do think he's going to end up, serving some jail time.
You can give us perhaps some insight into this dual juries. Hate to put you on the spot on this one, Alexis, because I haven't seen this other than the Kristen Smart case out of California, where a father and son were on trial and they had two juries. But it seems like these jurors are going to be rotated in and out. What do you think the rationale is for having two separate juries when we know we've seen single juries handle double cases when we have multiple defendants?
Well, I think that they're just trying to make sure that if they get a conviction, that it's solid, is the only reason. I mean, one of the things they could have done is they could have bifurcated. That was an option, but a lot of times courts find that to be a waste of the court's time. So keeping them together, since it's going to be the same testimony, and they allegedly did this together at the same time. But I do think it's interesting having those two juries at the same time.